Hedera. So, Hedera have very, very good partnerships with some government institutions. They have built a project now where they're growing an ecosystem. They're a fully established sort of top 50 crypto. I think there is a solid shot of them aiming to be like a top 10, especially given what could be coming this year. So there'll be a bit of speculation here. Now, before I get into any of it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. Now, in the videos, I showed myself buying up these coins. These were cryptos that I thought could do very, very well, make a lot of cash, which is obviously why I bought them all. And you can see what they're all worth when I recorded my videos. These are the highs these cryptos hit around about 16 months on, and these are what your profits would have been from $100 into each of them. If you had done that for every single one, you'd have made a little over 123 grand. Now, we're in a bull cycle. If you're sitting on cryptos you're not happy with or don't own any, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the website that I run where I share all the coins I own. So if you were to join up today, you'll see every crypto I own. Whenever I'm ready to buy a new coin, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to be buying and the price that I'm going to be buying at. Whenever I sell one of my cryptos, I tell my members which crypto and the price I'm selling at. So my members get in and out of coins, same price as me. So they make the same profit, but they don't have any work to do at all. And if you go onto my site, you'll see some of the profits that my members have made, which is all on the history of this channel. You can verify it all. You can also see some of my past successes, which obviously meant successes for the members. Again, public record, you can verify on the history of this channel. If after reading through the site and watching the videos, you like what you see and you want to hear more, you want to find out the cryptos I own, the ones I think are going to be the big winners of this cycle, like I predicted with so many of these, all you have to do to find out about them is join up on the site, guys. Now, Hedera. So Hedera has been around a while now, launched in September of 2019. This is its second bull cycle right now. All-time high was 57 cents, so it's still up a decent amount and its launch price, its lowest point was like 1 cent, so still up quite nicely from its lowest point back in 2020. It's a sustainable enterprise-grade public network for the decentralized economy that allows individuals and businesses to create dApps. Now, the idea being that it's designed to be a fairer, more efficient system that eliminates a ton of the limitations we've seen with older blockchains, which is generally slow performance and instability. The HBAR token has a dual role within the network. First, the HBAR fuels all the Hedera services like smart contracts, file storage, and transactions, and it also secures the network with staking. So this is the native crypto of Hedera Hashgraph, which is, as I said, a platform that aims to improve upon traditional blockchain tech by excelling in speed, efficiency, and security. Now, within the Hedera sort of network, there are a few key services, one of which is the consensus service. So this is where clients send messages to the network to negotiate consensus timestamping and order. In this case, the state is stored offline and users can define privacy and access control. You have the Hedera token service, which allows token creation, management, etc. And the goal is to increase the speed of transactions. Moreover, the network is focused on high volume operations, so micropayments, data integrity, and tokenizations. Now, in terms of the founders, the two founders are Dr. Lehman Bard and Mance Harmon. So Dr. Lehman Bard, let's go with Bard, is credited as the investor of, I'm assuming that means inventor, of the Hashgraph distributed consensus algorithm and currently works as the chief scientist. Prior to founding it, he accumulated more than a decade of experience in various different computer science and security roles, working as a senior research scientist at the Academy Center by Cyberspace Research, Also hold the position of co-founder and CTO at Swirlds Inc., which is a platform for building dApps. Mance Harmon is Hedera's CEO, an experienced technology executive and seasoned entrepreneur with 2 decades of experience at big prominent firms, many of which were IT security industry. Now, within their within their leadership team, they also have dozens more individuals with distinguished careers. Now, in terms of where things are at right now, so we can have a look at the overall Hedera ecosystem. And let's have a look. Not interested in NFTs. Let's look at the explorers and dashboards. So, just give me an explorer. I don't care which one. Let's have a look at the hash point. And hash scan. Yeah. Better. Right. So transactions over time, obviously this is cumulative. So they've done 71 billion transactions over time. Network fees, nice and, well, actually it's come down quite a bit. Although this is the year to date. So some months, obviously, fees a lot higher, presumably much more activity. Well, let's go August of 2024. Yeah. So maybe just some excessive activity. Active accounts. So 218,000 active accounts just in May of this year so far. That's a very, very good sign in terms of usage. Very, very good sign in terms of usage. Okay, this isn't bad. Let's have a quick look. So transactions per second in the last 24 hours, 5. Transactions per second, 6. I mean, TPS isn't great, let's be honest. Let's go year. Maybe it gives us a bit more. Yeah, so that's a bit better. So some days, transactions per second in the thousands. So that's much, much better. 3,000 transactions per second, 4. Yeah. So that's much, much better. So they are capable of doing very good numbers. Accounts created, like I say, there's been tons of accounts created. There's over 8 million created, and a couple 100,000 of them are active users. Node concentration, as you would expect, more in the USA. Underlying numbers here are pretty damn good. I don't know. Of course, they've got NFT metrics. I couldn't give a toss about NFTs, I think, until they get to a point where they're useful. And we're starting to get to that point. I'm not interested. I just view the pictures as crap pictures that have value because, you know, people believe they have value, but I think long term they don't. That's my view. So Web3 ecosystem apps are starting to get better, but really where things are going to be interesting for Hedera, let's do the speculation now. It really is going to come to stuff like payments. And I don't mean crypto payments, although that's what they're discussing. I more mean to do with stuff like CBDCs. The reality is that CBDCs will arrive. That is a bad thing for the world. No one should be happy about that at all. But they are going to come. They are going to come. And when they arrive, there are only a limited amount of crypto projects that can actually deliver on a CBDC. There's 9 that are globally compliant with the messaging standards required for all financial institutions. Hedera is one of them. Hedera actually have a pretty good damn partnership with the UK government in particular. Now, the UK government are renowned for being slow on everything. We're pretty much the last to do anything in the UK. You know, you look and you can look at kind of any law that has really changed over time. The UK is always the last. So right now, in America, as an example, there's been a lot more legalization of things like marijuana. That is nowhere close in the UK. It's like a class B, I want to say. There are now discussions about changing the laws around assisted dying in the UK, or at least discussions about it. But again, there are plenty of countries that are way more open to that, or at least not punishing the people that help assisted dying. Again, it's just an example of like the UK being a bit slow. Traditionally, we're always one of the last to change anything. So if a CBDC is going to arrive, I would expect America and the EU to do it far, 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 far sooner than the UK government. But when it arrives, Hedera will probably be the one that the UK government use, being as they have worked directly with Hedera on a few different things in the past. And whilst I think XRP look like the front runners in America, and I think the EU is an interesting one. They've worked with a few. They've worked with Hedera. They've worked with IOTA. Who else did they work with? I think they worked with Stellar as well. So there's a few in the mix for the EU. But an announcement of any description around a CBDC from one of the major powerhouses in the world with regards to world economies, whether that's US, EU or UK, although again, I really don't think UK is coming anytime soon. That would be enough for this to rise and rise well. I think that Hedera has a very, very legitimate shot of a rally. Like, I think Hedera has a good chance of trying to aim of achieving around about $1 per coin. Now, again, I think what's going to be necessary here is that some form of announcement with regards to a partnership with the government is probably going to be the thing that's the catalyst, but I expect that to come in some shape or form. Maybe not a CBDC, maybe something else, because they have worked with sort of supply chain tracking with the UK government. So I think this has a shot. It's also really, because it's so well established now as a top sort of 50 crypto. I mean, it's 19th right now in terms of market cap. It's obviously not going anywhere. The usage is very, very good. Really, the only things that are needed right now, consistency on transactions per second. Like the technology has to speed up a little bit. 6 is not enough, and certainly not to run a CBDC. And an announcement of some sort of partnership. But both you can see potentially happening. They've had transactions per second of around 3,000 in the past. Or certainly that's what their Explorer says. So I don't see why it won't get back to that level at some point. Now, I am curious here. What do you guys think? Which country do you think is going to be, like, of the global powerhouses, which country do you think is going to be first to do a CBDC? It's going to be the very, very first. Let me know what you think in the comments. And look, we're really close to 90,000 subscribers on this channel. I never thought this was going to happen. All I need to get over that 90,000 mark is your help. If you can hit the subscribe button, it takes you a second, it would really help. And I can get over that threshold. And I'd much appreciate it. And look, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you're not happy with the cryptos you own, have a look at copymycrypto.com. Have a read through the site. On there, you'll see some of the profits my members have made, which are public record on the history of this channel. You can also see some of my past successes. Again, public record on the history of this channel. On the site, I share with my members every single coin I own. And I am ready to buy or sell any crypto. I tell my members the crypto that I'm buying or selling. and the price that I'm buying or selling at. So my members get in and out of coins, same price as me. They make the same profit. They have no work to do at all. And if after reading through the site, verifying it all, you like what you see and you want to find out more, you want to hear the daily market updates I give my members where I'm showing them where the market's going to go. If you're a trader, that would really help. If you're just interested in finding out the coins that I own, the winners of this bull cycle, like I predicted with so many of these in the last bull cycle, all you have to do to find out about any of them is join up on the site. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.